my god. Hey guys. Oh, just got off work. Time to get on it, right, chat? Alright, let's get right into it. How's everyone doing? We're gonna get a crash right off the back. It's happened every time lately. It is good to be back. I have returned. Goated Dead, welcome. It's on the front, so I can sit down with it easily. Two goat dead. So like when I sit down, it's not in the way. But yeah, I didn't take it off beforehand. I'm still wearing my work vest. It's not like that work issued. It's just it was raining a lot today, and it kept me chest warm. Okay, one second. It didn't launch properly. Try it again. So Tortuga Lover, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Big Roger, good to see you. Today's crazy. Some things have been happening in the background that people keep DMing me about, so we're gonna figure it out in character. One second, I think my Discord. There we go. I've just returned from my journey. Actually, we'll do.
Another problem we've been having issue with people just randomly running into our mine.
Yes, you need to hire some. Well, I guess I don't know. Maybe get some guards, mercenaries, perhaps.
We quite literally are. But here's the thing, you know, I once woke up in the middle of the night when nobody was.
Oh shit.
Greetings! I've returned from my travels. How's Carthwasten been?
Oh, Gorm, you missed the whole parade about you.
About me? What do you mean?
Yes. You were put in for candidacy for the Jarl at the moot, remember? Or did you put your...
Yes, well, I was asked to do this. Did I lose?
Well, contrarily, the moot sought fit to elect you. But there's a sitch. They cancelled the moot because of accusations of treason.
Accusations of treason?
Yes. There was apparently something came out about Silver, and then something else came out about cooperating with anti-imperial groups in the east. And that was the concern that was levied in the moot. And the High King cancelled the affair for an investigation to be had.
I am confused.
My lord.
What laws am I to obey right now? The High King has won his rebellion, and the Legion is pushed to Markarth. So who is conducting the trial?
Well, the High King says he is loyal to the Imperial Legion and the laws of the Empire, minus that of the White Gold Concordat. So I don't know, to be honest with you. But the High King said to hold some sort of trial. I don't know, but...
It looks like it'll be delayed for some time now.
I have nothing to hide, so this will be easy and over with. When I became Baron, my enemies have already made attempts to besmirch my name. As you can see, the amount of Dunmer within Markarth, things have changed quite quickly. Have you noticed this? As soon as the power vacuum began.
Yes, it was quite odd. The representative of Windhelm and the newly elected Jarl of the Rift and Falkreath. Who are these?
Miners, apologies. Pheolin, apologies, I had to leave. You require a payment for the ore?
No, Hjol here was able to pay me before. I also have a little bit more, but they asked me to come out here to...
So explain to me again what I'm being charged
let's
for.
talk over here. There's a private...
So I can understand this.
Right now, it is an accusation of treason that people are investigating. They're investigating potentially, or they're saying that you're cooperating with anti-imperial elements in the east to undermine the Empire and get you elected as Jarl, so you can they can have a majority to push out the Empire from Skyrim and declare themselves independent from the Empire.
Sounds like somebody's scared out there to make up such fucking rumors.
Gorm, we need to speak inside.
This is a moment. And what else? Anything else I'm being charged with?
As a replacement.
That is really it, but they wanted to have you relocated to Whiterun.
Take a few gold septims as a...
All four of us should probably go inside for this conversation. It's gonna be...
I also discussed with the parent about raising pay in general.
Very well.
That has been a...
Let's get inside.
And I don't use my name either.
Give me a minute. My Lord Baron, may I be permitted to join?
Yes, you are of me. I trust Carlstone of my life. He's earned it 3 times over now.
All right, Gorm. I have to ask. Oh, who's this?
It's me.
Oh no, no, the other person. And then
Ulrich Carlstone is my headsman. Oh.
No, this man.
Oh, you changed out of your outfit. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gorm, we have troubling news. You got support. We managed to muster the support from Falkreath, Windhelm, as well as Riften to elect you. I'm sure your companions here just told you what had happened, what you've been accused of.
Well, these guards are here for the investigation.
Aye. But along with that, there's been a notice posted in all the holds, Gorm.
And what does this notice say?
The High King is being called by the Emperor to stand trial for treason.
Complicated times these are. So what fucking laws do I follow? And which ones are to be enforced and not enforced and so on? Complicated fucking times.
The whole of Markarth has always just followed imperial law, despite the troubles that have happened in the east and the other holds.
Aye. The trouble you will run into, Gorm, is that the Legion is supporting Froki. Froki claimed that you were essentially a thief and embezzling money. He quickly backpedaled. He originally claimed that the Jarls of Windhelm, Riften, and Falkreath had been bought and paid for by you. He then quickly backpedaled that to the hold, someone in each of their holds, and then quickly backpedaled that to one individual.
He does not sound so sure now, does he?
It was quickly backpedaled, but it seems he has the support of the Imperial Legion due to him allowing them to stay resident in the city, as well as the fact that most of the people he put into positions of power are claiming that what he says is true. It is an interesting time, and if the High King goes to trial and is found guilty by the Emperor, and someone else is appointed, or if this is going to be an imperial trial, as the High King claimed, that you would be tried by imperial law from an imperial court, they're going to support Froki, because they're the ones who are assisting him in these endeavors, saying that you are embezzling silver to 3 holds, are the Imperial Legion.
I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. If it plays out, maybe my life being ended, perhaps both of you should be aware of this, since it might impact your lives greatly as well. If they execute me, I will be made a martyr. And this is the last hold here in Skyrim that is no longer unified with the rest. The Empire has lost its support amongst most of the people here in Skyrim, which is no surprise with their being lapdogs to the Thalmor. This is what this war led to altogether, to wash out these elves who shout death to mankind. No surprise that they want me out of position here, for they fear that the last bastion might turn blue, as it were.
Aye.
My question is to the both of you. Where do you see yourselves in the future here? Do you see yourselves in Markarth still? Do you see yourselves defending the rights of the Legion that they so claim? Will you stand there strong when 400 plus men march the gates? You saw what happened to Solitude. So don't be coy, the both of you. Tell me truly what's in your hearts.
Well, Gorm, you should know that you've always known this. I have no love for the Thalmor. But killing Imperials, risking another great war that will collapse the entire realm of Tamriel, it's way over my head.
It's already happened. It's been happening. Have you not seen? Have you not listened? Though the Imperials, from what I understand, I haven't been there for the battles or the wars. I've been here trying to keep Markarth together. But they have failed. And whenever they stood in the way of protecting the Thalmor, that is when they died. Yes? Even now, inside Markarth, it is laden with Thalmor spies. They play games like spiders and snakes, slithering about, trying to push the fate of others to their favor. And many of these Dunmer families, not all of them, most of the families there do not like each other, so they don't work together all too well, but many of them have been agents to Thalmor. Many good Nords have died for persecution of their beliefs and their honor. This is a slow death Skyrim is facing. And if they get to play their games, more good Nords, good people of Skyrim will slowly be bled to death through their politicking. It's a vicious cycle that continues. And I have 50 years to see it happen, and it continues the same always. But in the end, men will come together, yes. I hope this be true. Because when men come together, because when it does happen, the Thalmor, the Dominion will wash over Tamirel like a plague, with one goal in mind. The death of men. The death of Mer. This is what's at stake. Now, what I've done here in Markarth, I believe is no crime. I've not stolen silver, I've not embezzled it. It's all gone to the Imperial Mint. I have not killed Imperials. I have not conversed with spies, but I've watched this war go on. We've seen Solitude fall the other day. Yes, the High King, who knows what's in his mind, he says he's loyal to the laws of the Emperor, but he's now called for treason. What will happen to Markarth next? Surely it cannot remain neutral, despite the amount of red within its streets.
No, most likely if a conflict were to break out, Markarth would be an Imperial stronghold.
And how long would that last here in Markarth?
Guess we'll see, Gorm.
I guess we will.
So you would say that you want to throw off the yoke of the Empire, then?
I'd say it's going to happen one way or another. That's what's going to happen. Have I raised sword? No, I have not. Have I been in Markarth this entire time, working my fucking ass off to mine silver? Yes.
I don't think that you could prosecute a man for his opinion.
No, of course not. But, what of the East? What have they told you?
I don't know what's in their hearts or minds. They like me because I'm a Nord. They like me because I've always been true to the people of Skyrim. And I've never been one for this dance that the Dunmer here play in the city. I've always lived by the sword. And I've learned a lot in these coming days about the importance of politics, unfortunately. So, what they have in mind, I can only assume what will come next. But it seems that I've become a pawn, one way or another, unwillingly, unwittingly, to these things.
You should speak to Froki about this and rectify it.
I'll say it like this, Gorm. If you go and see Froki, he will throw you in a cage.
I'm aware of this. Has he said my silver ore delivered last Friday is missing? This is what I must know. Last Friday's. Has it never arrived?
I was inside.
He compared the Sidna mine output to this.
He claimed that Sidna mine produced 4,000 ore worth of silver in a week, and claimed your mine only produced 400 in a week. I was in the final meeting with the High King as well as all of the other delegations.
I was there as well.
He essentially claimed that you had bribed and paid silver out of your mine to essentially elect yourself Jarl. He then quickly backpedaled on that after people kind of called him out on the fact that he's accusing 3 Jarls of treason, to then just individuals in each hold trying to pay them off with silver.
Surely
I've heard licking
this
silver off the top
a few times. I would surely be a richer man if this was the case. I'll tell you what, right now, I have a handful of miners here. I was given a week to prepare Karth Wasteland for my barony. That means finding people to live here, cooks, blacksmiths, miners, hunters, villagers, and so on. I've only started producing silver by the middle of the last week. I had made what I was required, 250 silver ingots delivered. In fact, I delivered 283 to the Master of Industry.
They said they were quite pleased.
And I already, before this Friday, when my next amount is due, I was about to deliver another 250, and I have almost 1,000 silver to be smelted. My only bottleneck has been charcoal and being able to meet with the council to prepare more of this for the Imperial Mint.
Yes, Ulrich has showed us all the pertinent details regarding that. But I will give you my personal guarantee. I don't want to see the Nords fighting each other, so I would recommend. I do recommend speaking to Froki. He's not the type of person who would just imprison you. Yeah, at least if he does order it. Well, I'm telling you now, if he does, I will defy that order.
I will not hide from Froki. I am not guilty of anything. I have not committed treason. I have my own opinions.
I don't think Froki would throw you in jail, but I do think that I do believe that he is under the influence that you are trying to undermine him in some way.
Well, he only mentioned this, alleged crime after he had lost the moot. And then behind private doors, he claimed that he thought he was essentially guaranteed the position of Jarl and was only going to deal with anything after the fact because he didn't want to, ruffle any hairs, even though he had apparently known for, as he claimed, weeks.
And that he believed that the Baron had no real support within Markarth.
I was standing 10 feet away from.
So was I.
Yes, and
no, it wasn't weeks. It was a few hours ago that he was brought to his attention, and he informed the Imperial Legion about it. He told me yesterday.
The matter of the fact.
Hold on. You just said it right there. He told you yesterday that he apparently found out about it 2 hours ago, or 2 hours before. Do you see how that the math doesn't add up on that? Because in the private meetings in the back room, they have claimed that they have known about this for days.
Hold on, someone's slamming on my door here.
Only recently have they decided to do anything about it. And only...
Yes!
Finally, we must speak to the...
Inside, we have news from Solitude, very worrying ones.
Silver shortage in the mine.
Oh, then there's more coming in. There's news that needs to be brought to my attention. This incessant slamming on my door.
What is it, Gorm? Gorm.
We have received... The man in the Nordic armor, he's trustworthy. To not spread this around to the general populace.
I would hope so.
We have received word from Solitude by messenger, and along with the Legion mustering at Markarth and leaving towards Solitude, the High King is under indictment by order of the Emperor, and is to be arrested and brought to trial.
I was aware of this. I, in fact, informed the people in this room about 15 minutes ago.
Fucking great. So I came here for nothing.
Oh, and just on a side note, a cultist was just witnessed nearby.
Yeah, also that.
Yeah.
If I may also say, the only thing that I found extremely worrying about Froki's behavior, which I took as a personal insult, is that when he spoke about having the support of Markarth and that the Baron had none, or somewhere along those lines, I'll be honest with you, I was rather heated at the moment. I tried to speak up, but what about Karthwasten? What about my people? We support our Baron. And he said that it was that a little village with little people was of no real concern. Mind you, I've been trying to bring many of my people to this village, integrate them into society, bring something, only for us to be dismissed like this by our supposed region, by our supposed to be Jarl. How do you think they will take it if these words reach them, even if they were said in a moment of heated argument?
What needs to be investigated at this point, and it's seen blatantly before as well, is that House Dress was caught trying to hide and protect their own after caught committing crimes in Karthwasten. That was solved by the Master of Industry, Redoran, during the time, but I have heard rumors of Dunmer conspiring for power, and some of them are even willing to go to great lengths to besmirch my name. It happened when I became Baron, then it was resolved, and it's no surprise that it's happening again now.
I believe you must have earned the ire when you had that one Dunmer flogged for assaulting, who was it? I believe Thorin?
Yes.
Almost tried to kill him.
But on to what to do now. Yes, speak.
I would say you're in a position, if you stay here, it is likely that you will be taken prisoner and not given a fair trial by the acting regent. Due to what we know about him, due to knowing that at least one of his advisors is informing for the Thalmor, and due to the fact that it's to be an Imperial trial, and the Imperials seem to have his support, most likely, even if they present no evidence, you will be found guilty of all crimes and summarily executed. With the situation with the High King, especially if the information that I have been given is that the High King as well as the Princess of Whiterun will be called and taken prisoner. If at least in the notice that we were given,
conflicting reports, because I believe there will be more pressing matters like the trial of the High King, in which the Princess Regent is going to be the star witness.
The Princess Regent, let me check, I have a copy.
It's crazy that you have a copy here. We did not get one in Markarth. The Legion didn't even know. They're only mustering now and heading there.
Oh yeah, no, we were in Whiterun when it was delivered. And then we came here. We were discussing important matters. The Princess Regent, the Jarl of Solitude, and then about half of the High Command of the Legion will be called, as well as the High King. If I had to take a wild guess, for his actions and the crimes that he has been accused of committing, he will most likely be executed. Or at least stripped of his title, as well as the Princess Regent of Whiterun. So if you stay here, Gorm, you will most likely be taken prisoner by Froki, as he claimed he would do so during the meeting with all the Jarls and the High King. And you will most likely be left in a cell and either not given a trial or given one that isn't summarily fair. Well after the High King has been, well, I'm saying worst case scenarios here, but it feels likely that if the High King does in fact go to Solitude and maintain imprisonment, that he will most likely either lose power or be executed. I would assume the same of the Princess Regent. And then most likely you will then be not given a speedy or fair trial, and most likely you will at least lose your position, if not also executed.
Hold on, let me see if I can do something.
Hold on, I was there too. At no point did he say he would arrest Gorm, because there has to be the trial. If he were to do so beforehand, would put suspicion on himself.
Would any of you stop him if he was to do so?
My suspicion is that I'm being accused by Froki. In the past, Froki, when he was accused of things, stood aside and let other take place for him during the trial, since he was involved directly. I wonder if he'll keep this same honor, since I'm being accused by himself.
Listen.
I believe he will.
I have Froki's ear. I can probably work something out with him. Right, I know he's a man of honor. He wouldn't imprison you for the sake of besmirching your name or anything like that. But he had the report.
I believe this all stems from the whole not enough silver, which seems to just be a misunderstanding.
He's buying time for himself.
Either way, these games are being played. I will meet directly for the most part. I believe this would be the best course of action. If I am to be executed, in the eyes of the Nords, I'll only be martyred.
Sorry about that. As I was saying, I would see to arranging something with Froki, and I can do it personally and arrange something in a friendly manner. Perhaps to rectify differences and settle things.
I do not
Have him meet us here
I do
at
not
the end.
aim to run or hide. I understand these things perfectly well. I do understand there's a potential that I am walking to my own death, but before we speak, let's catch my friend up here, so that I might have proper counsel.
Yes, of course. Yes, as I was saying, I have the Froki's ear, I can perhaps arrange something with him and go from there to settle differences and see what can be done about it. And as it is my job as Lord Commander of the Guard, I have to do my due diligence in investigating things properly and bringing my findings to the court. But as far as I'm aware, I think the things can be settled between you and Froki pretty well, pretty quickly. But again, I have his ear. I can arrange some sort of meeting.
I have never betrayed the people of Markarth, and I've always worked and aided Markarth to be the best it can here in the Nine Halls. I will not run for a fight. I will not hide from an accusation. And Lovar, let it be known that if I'm to be executed, that I'll probably find myself martyred. I am old. I have lived through many of this. I have seen this kind of thing before, where when there is a power vacuum and others take over, many of the previous occupants, competition, find themselves slain. If I am to be slain, executed, I do not believe this would be good for anybody here in Skyrim. I think it would only lead to more problems, giving those who use me as a pawn the ammunition they need. So I think Froki will be wise to hear me out and let me get back to mining fucking silver.
I would agree. Well, no matter what, you know, if he executes you or doesn't execute you, if he becomes Jarl or not, he has no friends almost anywhere else. He accused 3 Jarls of 3 different holds of bribery, so I doubt he's going to have many friends out in the world anymore.
I will
remind you that many of those Jarls are...
Hold on, everybody. Settle down, hold on. The High King, Froki, and some of the other Jarls did meet in private after that meeting, and they made up basically. Yes.
What I was going to say is many of these Jarls are not going to be looked upon favorably by the Legion, and the one friends he does have are them.
My friend, you should be wise enough to know that if the Legion marches, all of those holds will rise in rebellion. I'm sure you have a brain inside that helmet of yours if you're standing in this room.
I could tell you the only
And I'm
Jarl...
sure that you have a brain that if the High King is currently being indicted by the Legion, they are not going to come here and negotiate on this. They're coming for his head. They will come for any of theirs.
Well,
this is a power move by them. These things are connected.
I have never met the High King myself. I have never met the Jarl of Solitude, Dawnstar, Morthal, Winterhold.
There is none of Dawnstar.
That explains it.
And those, yeah.
I've never met the Jarl of Riften. I have never met the Jarl of Windhelm. The only Jarl I've ever met is the one in Falkreath and the Jarl who resided here before. Any of these other Jarls I've never met personally.
If I had to guess, Gorm, it is because they know that you are your history, or at least people have told them about you.
Not particularly. The Jarl of Riften was appointed yesterday, so Gorm would have no reason to have met him yet. The Jarl of Windhelm has been learning the way of the voice in High Hrothgard for the past week and actually like 2 weeks now. He still has like another week or 2 to go, so he's never available. And outside of Whiterun, I believe you actually met the Princess Regent once, Gorm. I don't believe you met the High King, though.
I'd say perhaps we have become friends in such a light way, the Princess. I have aided her in her hunts with my son on vampires in the past, and she has healed my wounds from bears and other creatures. I know her, but I've never met her father, the king. Is there even a Jarl of Whiterun, or is it just a High King?
It is the Princess Regent.
The Princess Regent rules Whiterun in the stead of the High King. She is essentially the Jarl of Whiterun.
So then I've met... Which one is she? What's her name?
Elwyn.
I do not know Elwyn. I've met the other daughter that is adopted, the Dunmer.
Yes, it is evident that the Jarls of the East, those who took part in the storming of Solitude, are rivaling the Jarls or the leaders of the West, being Solitude and Markarth. The two other holds don't exist right now, so, you know.
3, technically Winterhold also does not have a Jarl at the moment.
No, yes, it's run by
the.
It's run by the Archmage.
Also,
Doesn't really count.
If I could say, during the moot and the talks later, a lot of venom was thrown towards the situation with your son. It will be used against you.
I'm aware of it, and I have dealt with him accordingly. I showed him mercy before the darkness could take hold and doom him.
Aye, the High King took notice of that and understood, at least in my opinion.
What was the next thing I wanted to bring
but
up?
my main concern here is the part about them using your history. It's not about you meeting with the Jarls, it's about older history.
Yes, I've made no stranger that I served in the rebellion 25 years ago.
Aye, as did most of the Jarls, in fact. The Jarl of Windhelm did. The former Jarl of Riften did. Most any Nord who's over the age of 40 did. It's no surprise, Gorm. It's a well-known secret that most Nords at some point served the Stormcloaks.
No.
Once you got to that age.
We speak in circles here. I am not to convince Arn of my innocence. I am to convince Froki of it. I am ready when you are, Arn, to head there.
Also, other news
trial.
that you reminded me with the vampire things. Apparently, the vampire threat for now is ended. The Crimson Lord and Lady are both dead by the hands of the Vigilance.
The Lady of the Night, the one that's been lurking around here the last few days.
Aye.
Well, that helps. She was spreading rumor that my son was still alive, to taunt me, to torture me.
Aye.
I wish we could have dealt her in ourselves.
Yes.
I heard there was a mighty force, though, when I spoke to them. A combination of Dawn Guard, Silverhand, as well as the Vigilance apparently stormed the cave that they were held up in, about 50 men.
I had seen them the other day roaming about. I thought they were a hostile force and called for backup from Markarth.
Also, there are other news about the report about the man stopping, what was his name, Stone, about mining. Apparently it was Knights of Greymore who did it. We don't know why, but we received a report from a Whiterun messenger who came by.
Who are the Knights of Greymore?
They're an order of knights who are taking refuge up in Castle Greymore in the Whiterun Plains. They're technically guards of Whiterun. Well, they're knights. I don't know what they are. Lords and ladies.
I see. Nonetheless, is there anything else we should discuss, bring to attention, or figure out before I head to Markarth?
No, I would say, Gorm, if all your books are in line and what they say is completely false, and there's nothing to worry about, and I have no business here. I just came to inform you of it as a representative from the East.
Yes. I might hold on, let us be known as well, I might hold strong opinions against the Legion, but one thing you can always count me on is that I am a man who follows and conduct on the order of things. When it comes to superiors, I've always acted accordingly to them, as I have shown it with others out there in the field. I understand who outranks me, I understand who's in charge. I've always been a man of honor, a warrior, never been one for politicking. So these lies out here, I always find them to be hard to deal with, considering. But one thing that is always steadfast and true is that I do not lie, I speak truths. I act upon my truths.
Indeed.
Personally, I don't give a shit about the politicking. I'm going back out to hunt for that cultist. I hope you all enjoy your night.
Have fun.
Very well. Shall we be on our way then?
Yes.
Gorm, unlock the door.
Aye.
I wish I had keys to this place. Make things a little easier.
I thought I gave you some.
No.
Hmm. Headed back to Markarth.
I let you know as much as I could, but the Lord
is
Commander
Froki
also
even
claimed
around?
that you were
Thought he
stealing.
went to sleep.
This is on my honor.
He was asleep.
And
Aye.
if I die,
retired to his chambers.
I do not imagine that the rebellion would not lay down idly.
Aye, friend.
Oh, Gorm.
Worst comes to worst, use that sword
I
I gave
believe
you well,
Froki is
friend.
asleep right now.
Am I to wait
Gorm.
imprisonment, or should I be in prison in my own home?
You're not under arrest, so...
My Lord Baron,
Yes.
apologies. Stone wishes just to have one last word with you before you depart.
What is a stone?
When it comes to the mining pickaxe, do you have a deal with anybody that's outstanding at the moment?
I have
Is
no
there someone
deals
here?
on getting more pickaxes. Do you need more?
I'll go get a deal set up with somebody.
greetings.
I can give you a handful.
help you?
Hold on.
Oh, it's just when we break through those, sir.
I see.
I'm looking ahead of the deal so that way production doesn't stop.
I can't hear you.
I was going to get with Kai.
To be normal.
And who do we have here?
Hiltney, introduce yourself.
Wait, me?
Yes.
Alright, hey, hi, I'm Hilfner.
She was the one that was hired by Thaddeus to be the innkeeper.
I see. I thought you folks were waiting for me. Are any of you among the Vigilants of Stendar?
No, but this one and his companion have been known to hunt such things. Our clan works with the Dawn Guard individual Stendar and the Silver Hand. My companion here, Mina, has been trusted with a silver blade and a crossbow. Mina, show him the crossbow.
What is your clan?
Clan Ashfang and the Chieftain Gossamek. He's a high-ranking member of the Dawn Guard.
I see. Very well. I must be going now, and I might not be returning.
Travel safely.
Be safe.
Do you wish for the town residents to join you?
Safe travels.
I might not be returning.
I was just continuing patrols along the roads and decided to check on Kurthworston while I was here.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear?
Yes, have you heard the news?
Have you heard the news? The High King has been indicted, and now he's apparently going to be arrested by the Imperial Legion and sent to the Emperor.
What?
Yes, there's a new Imperial indictment that just came out, signed by the Emperor of the Empire.
I need to head to the capital at once. Thank you for telling me this.
And just before that, during the moot, Gorm won the Jarlship, but Froki then accused him of being a traitor, embezzling funds, and also used the whole story with his son and the vampire against him.
What?
He's now to face trial.
No.
I don't think
Save this for the trial.
I don't think the
Yes.
trial will come to pass for a little while because of the High King situation now.
So am I to remain here then? Or come and face trial another day? What is
The
the
trial's
plan?
not today, Gorm.
It's not today, no. You could continue doing what you are doing. I'm just informing you of what you're being accused of.
Very well.
Or simply speaking with Froki.
Then we'll keep the silver flowing, since he's so concerned that I produce less with less resources than the Sidda mines.
I'll try to arrange something with Froki to rectify the accusations and whatnot, and see if you could come to an agreement with him about some of the things.
Let me be clear one more time what I said earlier. Despite what I think is coming with Markarth probably going to be sacked in the days to come. I still will remain here, producing silver and giving the silver to Froki that will mint Imperial coin. I'm not running off to some rebellion. I'm not running off to some battle. It's just easy to predict after what happened at Solitude the other day.
Actually, Gorm, I need to tell you something in private. Hold on. Let me whisper to you over here.
Yes.
Apparently, one of Halgar's soldiers came forward and was saying these things. And apparently it was a very trusted source, as in someone who was recognized to be in one of, in Halgar's troop. And, it seems to be that was the, seems to be the source of a lot of the accusations.
I've seen Halgor a handful of times since he was a guardian, and I know that he has fought as a rogue out there to fight the Empire and the Thalmor. I also heard that Windhelm had disavowed him for this as well. So it's hard to trust that of a rogue agent.
For a time were trying to scare people just like they tried to scare
Windhelm apparently welcomed Halgar back in their good graces, but I suspect it's because of his actions during the Battle of the Rift. Interestingly, after the Battle of the Rift, Windhelm dropped their warrant against Halgar.
This conflict with the rebellion to take place. All the blood spilled.
I think what I've become, if you want my honest opinion again, is that I am to be made an example, since they have not been able to capture any of these rebellious leaders, and they need somebody to pay for crimes to make the Empire look well, and their allies, in the eyes of the Thalmor. I would imagine this to be the case.
I would say go to the Dawn Guard, but if...
Yes, from what I hear, it's whispers that perhaps Windhelm and... well, there are whispers that Windhelm and Falkreath may have collaborated in some way to influence some of the moot decisions, and they wanted to get a lot of Nords aligned with their ideals for to influence decisions.
The problem with
the
problem with the moot right now is that the Legion controls Markarth, and the High King controls the other holds. There was no way in the Divine's eyes this would play out in any kind of clean manner.
Well, if the High King insists on being loyal to the Empire, maybe he's going to come willingly, if the Emperor commands him to.
His actions have been otherwise. I predict that there will be an army at the gates of Markarth in the coming weeks. That's what I predict.
It is the Crimson Lord that was slain.
If you look at it from a general's perspective and a warrior, you and I served.
To be careful.
There's one last hold to conquer. Does not seem like it would happen.
Well, it seemed as though Solitude was ceded back to the Empire, and High King welcomed the Imperial Legion to base anywhere in Skyrim. So I don't know where he lies. His actions say one thing and his words say another. And then he contradicts his actions by doing other shit. I have no idea. I don't know what he's thinking anymore.
I do not know what he's thinking either. If we look back a little farther on this timeline, he sacked Falkreath, and then on behalf of the orders of the White Gold Cordate and the Legion, and then he fights against the Legion, and the Thalmor is his true goal, yes. Then the Legion joins again. He defeats the Legion. He sacks Solitude on the basis that it is to fight the Thalmor. Yes. He takes hold of it, returns it. This is a warrior who's a politician by the looks of it. But from my perspective as a warrior who's seen battle plans, it just seems giving yourself time to rebuild forces. Let the enemy fall into a low.
We need to make sure the city is safe.
Thorin, over here, friend. Or is over there.
They strike
Whichever
again.
place to go.
Alright, Gorm, I'm going to head back to the city, but you're good for now. Everything should be fine until something is announced regarding it, and I'll let you know.
I'll tell you what, I'll make you a quick wager as well.
Oh,
If they do
this will be good.
sack the city, you will pay me 500 gold septims. If they do not, I will pay you 500 gold septims, and afterwards we'll get drunk. If either either of us are still alive.
Basically funneled.
Deal. Let's shake on it.
Yes, let's shake on it.
Well, basically funded the rebels with silver from the mine. This immediately caused the mood to be parsed until a trial could
Fair wager, let's see who the winner will be, eh?
was innocent or guilty.
As I like to say, nothing happens in Markarth.
Yes.
Notes have been posted around all of the halls that
Well,
the High King of Skyrim has been indicted.
You have duties to get to, and so do I.
Trial.
I have nothing to hide,
Aye.
nothing to fear. The only thing they would hate about me is my poor opinions on things.
Yes. I'll get back to it, Gorm. I'll head back to the city.
Very well. Safe travels, divine blessings. Come closer, all of you. Here's what's gonna happen most likely. My prediction. They will try to execute me. I don't aim to allow it, now that I have time to head to Whiterun to discuss plans with perhaps the High King and others to see what is in his mind. I want to understand things. If I don't have time to talk to my allies, I will not hide like a vagabond from my execution if it is to come. Either I die fighting, or I'm executed made a martyr. I am old. Do not mourn my death if it comes, but one way or another, I am sure of it, an army will come to Markarth. And Markarth will be defeated.
Orin, do you perhaps have any say in anything, considering you are a sergeant? It appears that most of the guard, at least until the conversation that was just had, which I was not fully privy to, most of the guard I spoke with seemed to believe that Gorm is guilty, simply because of the regent saying so.
I mean, I could definitely talk to anyone I see and, you know, gauge what they're saying, but, and obviously I can attest to the things I'm witness to, but, I mean, if they're gonna just claim it as truth and without any proof, I mean, we're just learning, you know, who's who, if you know what I'm trying to say.
We will be heading to Whiterun in the meanwhile. I will inform the rest of the villagers to get back to work, and we'll discuss this on the road. Stone. If I do become Jarl by the end of this, I will instruct you to put together a guild for miners to make sure Markarth prospers. But in the meanwhile, I'd like you to keep this mine busy as you can. Even if it has half the amount of ore you need to take from it, keep it working. I want to make sure this place is running well, so the rest of the villagers here, be busy with your work. Enjoy your time, eat, drink, and feast. All of the above there. But I will be heading out of Karthwasten for the time being on an important errand.
Understood. I'll make sure it keeps going. I've also got Kylos behind. He's going to be providing us the pickaxes. He gave us a discount of 20% off.
Is he a
because
blacksmith?
He has the people with his. He has people that are blacksmiths.
Very good. I need someone to smelt more of the silver for me later as well. If it cannot be done, it is fine.
I can start working on that as well, because it doesn't have to just be a professional blacksmith. Even I can still help with the smelting.
Very well, very good. Then we must acquire more charcoal.
already got that taken care of. Gorm, Shadowfang, he has made a deal that he will bring them by. He's going to need a day or two. But otherwise, he's going to be bringing them down, and he's going to be selling us the charcoal at a very good price of just 2 septums each.
Very good. Then I'll make my way to Whiterun, and I'll be back hopefully later this night. My trial is not to be held today, but perhaps tomorrow or Thursday. Thursdays.
If there's anything I could do to help, I'll be more than happy to be.
Keep Karthwasten busy, Stone.
Indeed.
I'll do my best.
Since I will be traveling with the Baron, if the power he has invested in me, I will hereby appoint you as Chief Overseer of Karthwasten's mine. I will give you this pouch of gold. It should be enough to at least keep the people paid for now.
I need to think about something for just a second.
I will do.
I will trust you that you will keep the mine safe, protected, as well as its miners, and that you will keep the silver flowing. We need it now more than ever.
Understood. I will do my absolute best.
Yes.
Indeed.
Now, when it comes to the silver, can you give me a number to aim for, so that way I know what to go for?
Triple our production.
Yes.
I don't even know what our production is.
We have made 1,000 in a week so far. A little over 1,000. So if we can, if we can earn ourselves 3,000, 4,000 silver ore, all the better.
Understood. I will find a way to make it work.
Very good.
These are 300 septums exactly. Adjust the wage however you wish to.
Understood. I will make it happen.
If the people complain about the wages being too low, then increase them. We simply need to increase our production.
I will make it happen.
Very good.
I will do my best.
Everyone, these are hard times. Be careful who or what you believe.
Do you think it's perhaps possible to seek a mind mage from the college?
I will go with the Baron. Stay safe.
I would only reveal certain things. Torrin, are you ready?
Stay safe.
Well,
I believe he is adjusting his armor.
Gorm.
Yes.
Since I know that y'all are departed, can you please give me access to the other barrels that have the coal and everything else inside?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to lock this. That's
Ulrich.
Yes, well.
Who was that Dungmar from the council? The one that forced us out?
That was the new Archmage. That's something that we need to discuss.
Let's move, all of us.
My lord. When we and Valdir were at the what was it? It was the consuls. At the consul's place.
The Imperial Consul.
Yes, the Imperial Consul's place at Solitude. Because originally we were going there to give testimony in your favor. You simply dismissed us. Why? Because the new Archmage came in and basically dressed us down and arrogantly dismissed us as what we two were doing in here. And that he needed his apprentice there because she had important information. And my lord, I think you can guess who that apprentice is. You're familiar with.
Blue Flame.
I think it was her.
Very well. I'll tell you this.
Something.
What you should know, all of you, that you're my friends. I am guilty of rebellion. I have aided the Hulls to take Markarth. So in the eyes of the Imperials, I'm guilty of this. But most likely this will not matter, for Markarth in the coming days will probably fall to the High King and the rest of the Jarls. Yes, Jarls.
But what if the High King submits?
I do not think he will submit to the Emperor.
So war? Again?
I think the only thing that's stopping us from defeating the Thalmor is Skyrim. My people have been known as elf slayers for generations. And I believe we have something that the Thalmor fear the most. In the end, the Thalmor will wash over men like a plague and fight every one of us. Imperial on our side or not, weakened from our battles or not, this will happen. I do not see us unifying with the Imperials anytime soon until they are beaten like fucking dogs. I do not wish them to be our enemies. Do not wish to fight them any longer. I wish to deal with the true threat. The Dominion. But we must subdue our foes so that they might understand what's at stake.
Even then, do their claims have any substance, or are they just making it up and it happens to be...
Just one. Me aiding the rebellion. This is true. I have been this entire time. I've put people in positions of power. This entire time I've been in Markarth, my son appointed the court mage was no mistake.
I believe their main claim is that you've been giving silver to them, which is just entirely false.
I have not.
Entirely false.
Which is what we must focus on. But my lord, if you are to become Jarl of Markarth and the Reach, there is one thing you must keep in mind. You will not only rule over Nords, you will also rule over Reach folk. You will have to keep a balance.
I understand
of peace,
this,
if you will.
But the first thing first is to get rid of the fucking Dunmer embassy.
I agree.
This mage that we are speaking of that forced us out, is he Dunmer?
Yes, I'm not surprised.
I believe he is of House Redoran. I believe it's what, the former
Master of Industry.
Yes, indeed.
Warden of the Mine.
One of their main comparisons was that Carveston's mine is not producing nearly as much as the Dunmer's mine.
Yeah, because
but the Dunmer are within a cushy hold with chefs and an entire clan behind them. We've had to deal with vampires, with undead.
It does not matter who I'm producing. I was told to produce 250 silver ingots a week. I have met this.
But
You've
my point
exceeded.
Is that it would not surprise me that either because of their dislike for you or the, I guess, opposition of having another silver mine would lead them to doing these things.
I know exactly what's happening right now. They are looking to execute me on any cause so that they might garner more power. They don't care if I'm innocent or not.
Of them. Simply one member of the house.
And me being elected as Jarl might be, let's say, enforced by the High King if we arrive to Whiterun and speak to the proper people.
During the moot, I heard a Dunmer spreading, well, I don't know if it is true, but that you have flogged a Dunmer simply for being Dunmer.
If that was the case, I would have heads rolling.
I'm sure Rizzlebeer in that one that we fucking flogged is trying to say all kinds of shit.
Of course, that is how Gorm made an enemy of that entire damned house. It's because he has offended them.
Because he pushed me into the river.
Yes.
But that is the cause there, because they dislike you and because you are in opposition to their business.
I believe at first they simply thought themselves superior to him. And because he shattered that illusion and has shown that he will not be one of their puppets, well, they're trying to take him off the board.
We must find Lovar again.
My lord, what if we encountered a legion? They might try to have you put into custody.
I think they're busy with the High King and his matters.
But also, many people heard about the charges against you. We must be careful.
Yes, many people are taking his word. Simply.
Without any proof.
That's what Brannick was telling me before I came to Karth Wasted. He was giving me the rundown.
But there were also many that shouted down Froki as a traitor, as a backstabber, as a liar.
But you are all from other holds.
We just must be vigilant and careful who we trust.
Before they spoke with you, their minds may be changed now, but before that, every single guard that I spoke of were on the side of Froki.
It does not surprise me. Not in the least bit. Half of them are fucking Dunmer.
Froki has offended me when he dismissed our plea. He has insulted Karth Wasted, he has insulted everybody who lives there, and he's insulted the rich folk.
But either way, there will be a victory. If I am slain, I will be to Sovngarde and martyred. And this will unite more of the people against the Empire, till Skyrim is its own sovereign country again. Then the Empire will have to play careful politics by our rules if they want to have any kind of negotiations or allies. This is what I hope to see.
Aye, well, however, I still believe we can get more done alive.
My lord, the one thing that you might gain by keeping Markarth under Imperial supervision is the Mint. For if it remains within Skyrim, it remains within pressure distance of your kinsman. It remains under your control.
Yeah. Some of them saw my shoes.
That is the one positive thing about it.
Does the silver go to somewhere else, or is it minted in Markarth?
I believe it is minted in
Markarth. That is why Markarth is worth so much. Markarth houses the Imperial Mint for, I believe, almost all of Cyrodiil.
So then you will not need the Empire.
No, that is the thing. It mints septums, which means
the Empire
whoever controls the Mint has a stranglehold on the Empire politically. As long as that person is still considered to be a part of the Empire. For if Gorm secedes, nothing stops them from simply destroying the Mint.
Welcome in everybody in chat, and thank you for those gifted subs earlier too.
And even if it is captured...
Welcome in everybody, hope you're all doing well. What's up,
good
Trace
luck
Legacy,
getting that
Rocket
into
C, Pop,
circulation.
Squid Baby, Crystal, CJ EZ. Welcome in everyone.
For what use are Imperial septums in an independent Skyrim? Make where?
Hello.
Hey. Hey-o.
Yeah.
Where would I head? Oh, I think I'm not doing the voice very well, but yeah, I'm being a little disrespectful. Doesn't help that I'm tired. Does not help that I am tired. What's up, Joshua? Welcome in.
Are we going straight up to the keep?
Yes.
Think anyone will be there?
Not sure, but might as well check. It's worthwhile. If not next, I'll go to Windhelm.
Same here. Hail, friends.
Did I had all these cool things I wanted to say, but my brain is so tired and slow. I just can't get the words out properly.
Gorm.
Greetings. Is the acting Jarl here or the king around?
I can find the princess for you. I was at the moot. I'll be right back.
Thank you kindly.
I think that's unfair. I wish I could talk more about your son, but other things, you know.
Yes.
So you're Gorm.
I am.
Chieftain Thasgul of Vashu Agra. I do not believe we've ever met.
Greetings.
So I heard things were rather complicated today.
Yes. I had arrived back recently from journey to hear that I was elected as Jarl and then immediately defamed with accusations most foul.
Wait,
Treacherous
you traveled
lie.
back. Were you not there?
I was not there.
I was there to represent him. I am his bailiff.
What is a bailiff?
Essentially, I am the head of his town, Carfwayston.
Yes.
Oh, like
a headsman,
steward.
if you will. Indeed.
Ah. Well. That is quite interesting that you were not there, but...
I am slowly being
had...
caught up on all things to happen. By the sounds of it, this moot was not planned for that day, and I was not aware of it to begin, so I could not make plans to be there. I'm a busy man, after all, and if I would have known, I would have made haste back home, promptly, to be a part of it. But this is not the first time my name has been slandered in the court of Markarth. Once I became Baron, many rumors spread like wildfire, and then they were promptly dismissed, of course. And here I again stand accused of things I have done.
Oh. And then there's Floki when I brought the concerns up of Carfwayston, its people as well as my people, the Reach folk, he dismissed us as a small village with little people. As if we have not begged of his attention and that of his court.
I will admit, I'm not familiar with the politics of Markarth, but... honestly,
I have sent a man to see if the princess is here for you, Gorm.
Thank you kindly. Politics and Markarth are like spiders and snakes trying to bite each other in the ass. And I can tell you this, I don't have the mind for it. I've been a warrior my entire fucking life.
I like you, Gorm. Trust me. How you describe Markarth politics is all of politics.
You see...
The princess is in a meeting with 2 other groups. As of right now, I notified them of your presence.
Very well. I have use of you, Carlson.
Yes, my lord.
I would like you to run to Windhelm and find my friend who we spoke with earlier.
Alright.
You take Torin or Frostbane with you if you choose.
I'll take Torin. I think he knows him as well.
Very good. And tell him to meet here again.
They've not deigned to enter Riverwood yet.
Yes, my lord, it will be done. Alright, Torin, let us go.
Aye.
Since we're all standing
Goodbye,
here around a
Rossibus.
fire,
Until
might
we
as
meet
well
again.
tell stories,
Aye, be
speculate on my crimes, and where they came from.
I was not doing any such thing. I was more curious.
You know, I've heard a rumor today
Yes.
that that vampire is your scorned wife.
Vampires are... a vampire is my wife? You say?
Your scorned wife is what I was told.
I'm glad that vampire that hunts me has been defeated by the vigilance of Stendar. She caused quite the rumor as well.
That is not certain yet. A vigilant was in the town and he said, they know that the lord is dead, but they are not sure if the lady is.
Many of you are
So perhaps he was
curious
mistaken.
on the details, I imagine, if you're at the moot. The one I find most interesting is that I'm a thief when it comes to silver. And that their only evidence is that Sidon of mine outproduces me. When I have paid what I have owed weekly and have produced more than enough. The commander of the guard has already seen what I have in my stores, and this lie was quickly denounced.
Yes, I think that anyone who could raise a son such as Everett is far above reproach, in my opinion.
My boy did fall into a dark path, but not on his own accord. And it pains me to say this again. He asked for mercy, and it was shown.
What do you mean by that? I didn't get the full report. I couldn't bear being down there when you were giving it.
He came to me, telling me that this darkness he had in him was going to take him, and it would overwhelm him if I let him live. So I executed my own son.
My God. Or by the Daedra. Or Aedra, sorry.
As he was begging for mercy, and not wished for this foul magic to take hold of him, so that he might spread darkness, commit horrible acts, it was a mercy. It was not one easily taken.
And now...
Where is he buried
And now it is a fuel they use against you.
His body's lost in the Karth. And I must recover it if I am to have a proper pyre for my son. And this fucking
No
vampire, who now is Ash, has spread rumor that he had survived the execution, only to spread discourse, to earn my ire, to taunt me. But she is no more. There won't be any more of this foul worm spreading horrible lies with spoiled honey lips.
Indeed.
No parent should ever bury their own child.
You would expect yourself to pass before your sons and daughters, and not the other way around.
You have my deepest sympathies.
I heard he fought well, I heard he fought well in the Battle of Solitude.
Know this, Markarth is a dangerous place to be if you have enemies there. Many men have hearts of greed and only wish to garner power in any which way they can. And they will do and say almost anything. And unfortunately, many of the Dunmer there openly worship the dark gods.
The good three, as they call them.
Yes, the good three. Ugh.
Assuming that doesn't include Malakath.
We don't worship Malakath.
No, I know.
It was a shame that the previous Jarl did not put more in place to prevent them from garnering so much power. It was meant to be an embassy there now, and many of them run for positions that Nords would occupy as tradition.
Gorm, if
Such
you...
as what? Oh, go ahead, that's cool.
I was going to say, if you have concerns about this new Dumner church, I would be glad to have a conversation with you about it. I do not like the increasing influence either.
I heard mention that they wanted to tear down the statue of Talos and put one up of one of their own gods. In the middle of Markarth.
Just earlier today, when I was to speak in defense of Gorm, apparently the new court mage for Markarth, who is one of these Dunmer from this clan, forced us out and did not let us speak.
They are biased. I had to dispense justice upon some of their kin for laws and crimes committed in Karthwaste, and they had earned a flogging, and they've earned a fine and so on. But by right, they could have been executed for what they had done. And I showed lenience, and I showed mercy.
Oh.
Greetings.
Hail.
Princess.
Hail,
It's good to see you, Gorm.
You as well.
We heard the news today.
Yes, so have I. I was not present during the moot. I was still returning from travel.
Aye, we were there and went home represented for you. And, let's say, it got a little messy.
Many slanderous lies were said of me, most of them easily disproven. Even now, the commander of the guard had seen that my silver supplies were not as lax as said, and they made no mention
Pardon,
of me.
Could you whisper, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Aye, I understand.
And they had made slander of me. They had made fruitful lies that now blossom, unfortunately. But it is the way of the politicians of Markarth. They are like venomous snakes and spiders, the way they crawl about.
Aye. Well, we stood with you, and we do know you, of course, so...
Princess,
we
you're
knew it
not
was slander.
whispering.
Unfortunately, we couldn't persuade those who didn't want to be persuaded, so... They didn't want to see the truth, and it was rough, but hopefully things go up from here.
What does the High King intend to do?
I talked to the princess, and apparently he intends to go voluntarily, and he thinks that if they want to execute him or take away his High King, then so be it, I guess. I'm not too sure. But I did just have a talk with the princess about it.
Well, I believe if this is to happen, it would only make him a martyr.
I agree.
And with, 8 of the 9 hulls here in Skyrim being unified, this would be a great problem for the Legion, I imagine.
I think so too.
And I do not think Markarth would be in the hands of the Legion for much longer after that.
I don't think so either. I am glad to see that you are fine and healthy. We were a bit worried.
They do not have me on trial yet. Froki had went to his chambers, but there are 2 paths before me. I will face Froki, or not hide from this, and they will have me executed, as they plan to. But I know what this means, and what it will affect Skyrim in a positive manner, I imagine. Another martyr to be made.
Aye. Well, you do know if you need anything, we will be in Windhelm, and we're more than welcome to help support you in any way possible.
Well, I hope to see an army at the gates of Markarth here soon. I'll tell you this.
Of course.
Many of you probably already know this. Markarth is full of Thalmor sympathizers.
Oh, I do.
Many of the Dunmer have put their lot in with them. Many of them have conspired
Truly.
for power. And they have gained that power, positions in court and so on. They are not just an NPC there. They look to have a hold of their own.
Aye.
It is obvious by their actions in this betrayal. And this has not happened for the first time. When I became Baron, more rumors and lies were spread about me immediately. So this slander is no surprise.
Aye. Well, again, the truth will eventually come out, and if you do need anything, Gorm, we're always here for you, so.
Let's hope I live to see it, but if not, I will be dining in Sovngarde as a martyr.
Permission to speak bluntly, Princess.
I have never been a politician myself. I've always been a fighter, a warrior.
This is
Sorry
a
to cut this
fucking
short.
shit
We should
show.
probably let Torvald know what's going on back at
Oh, yes.
It is. Well, I must be on my way, Gorm. It was good seeing
sorry.
you.
Let me shake your hand, brother.
Safe travels.
I know that
I'll shake your hand as well.
is wanting to speak to you, but take the time you need. I think we can all agree that you
Listen.
need every moment you can.
Stay safe, Gorm,
prepare
please.
for
I
what
will
is
see
to
you
come.
around.
Malerica.
Safe travels.
Alright.
Thank you.
Well,
yes.
No king of mine is going to be found guilty.
Gorm,
Yes?
Hey,
I
Gorm,
believe that Argonian with the plate armor is one of the Greymoor if you did wish to speak to them about that incident.
There's no great concern. It's over and with.
Focus on protecting
Aye.
my people.
I do not need to speak to you directly, Princess, but you always know where you can find me and my people.
Thank you, Thaskel.
Let's see if we can find more of our kin, maybe.
Looking for your kin, Thaskel?
Go attack! Go attack! By Trinimac. Oh my.
And Gorm, did you not need to speak with the princess?
I do, but I do not know what she looks like.
You are one of the few
Oh,
people
let me show
I will
you,
hug,
right
you
here.
damn fool.
With haste,
Taurus,
too.
just wait for her to come back up.
Could have just said that in the first.
Does anyone have any cooked food?
I missed.
Yes, I have some cheese, but the princess is right over here by the...
Very well.
I do, sir. I do. I will take care of it.
Thank you kindly.
I'm off duty.
Sorry, I didn't know you
Second.
didn't know what she looked like. She was the one by the
As I've
fire.
heard your
How rude
replacement.
of me. This is all my fault. I will be...
You didn't give me much choice.
Of course.
I know. All right, look. I woke up after the
Greetings,
storm.
Gorm. I thought I do. Bear with me one moment. I'll get some
Greetings.
fresh food for you.
And you are?
Sergi Iska Glassfang, former squire of Rykor Black and housecarl to Princess Aelwyn.
I see. I am Gorm Ironwill, the accused now.
I've noticed. I accompanied the High King during the moot.
It was quite a surprise to return from my travels, to be told that I was elected Jarl and then put on trial.
It is quite strange indeed. An investigation is currently being conducted.
Yes, by my accusers.
That's for sure.
Yes, indeed.
I am most likely to be executed, I'd imagine, even though what they have said is not true.
Let us hope it doesn't really go to the worst case scenario, my friend.
Oh, I've always been a threat to them and their ways, their politics. I have the hearts of many, despite what they say. Friends to many. The only difference is, I'm not a politician. I'm a warrior. And do not act and behave the way they do.
Indeed, I have a reputation. This is Uthran, the strong, but not our advisor, the strong. He came up with.
Indeed.
I see. Pleasure to meet you as well.
But I am hoping to speak with the High King.
Breaks my heart.
It's important that I meet him finally, face to face, know what's of his mind for Markarth, so that I can be of service to him in any way I can until my trial.
That's all right.
Of course. Well, I'm unsure if he is around at the moment, so the closest you'll get is Princess Regent, but she wasn't present during the move.
Next to me, he was probably the.
She only knows what the people have told her, that you are accused and on trial, and the moot is upheld until a later date.
All right, that's enough.
But Vior's word is Vior's word. You were to be elected.
So I've heard. I heard that Froki, when he was explaining the situation, had to reiterate what actually happened several times.
I'm afraid I'm in and out these days.
Guilty men often speak guiltily. And he is guilty of lies.
Excuse me. Waking up on an island in the middle of nowhere, getting picked up by a merchant vessel. Kind of reminded me that I'm a bit happier with a boat under my feet than solid ground.
Well, I'm sure this isn't new to you.
It is not. These accusations have already been disproved by the commander of the guard in Markarth. After his investigation.
Then why would they bring it up again?
It was right after the trial has not begun yet, so he is still investigating.
You might want to step outside. It seems
Right,
like something important might be happening in here.
Oh, there's a trial for the High King. Nothing to it.
Right, I might have misread the situation. My apologies.
How so?
I won't take your time with this.
I have said something that was out of place comparing to what you said, and I thought you meant something different.
I see. You thought the trial had already happened? Or that it was disproved
not
earlier?
I thought it was disproved much earlier before the move.
As long as you're all right.
Well, the whole situation about silver and me stealing it, because my production comparison to Cinder Mine was lower, I was asked to produce 250 silver ingots, which I did, and if I wanted to produce extra, I could earn additional reward, which I was in the process of. When my storage for silver was searched, they discovered a large supply, which was in wait to be delivered to the Royal Quint. Greetings.
Element of Markarth.
I am Gorm Ironwill, Baron to Markarth and the accused from the moot.
I can't say I've heard much about you, I will say. I have a feeling that's probably a good thing in this case.
Yes. And if you don't mind me speaking, who are you?
I'm Princess Regent Elwyn.
It is fine to finally meet you face to face. Did not know what you looked like, and I did not want to presume anyone here to be of royalty without proper introduction.
I'm not usually wearing armor, it's been a bit of a day.
But I have discovered so much in my return to Carthwason, I was on the road during the moot and was not aware of its happening. So much has changed for me this day that I was not aware of, but made aware of. I was hoping to speak with your father, the High King, but it seems that he is also to endure his own trial as well.
Indeed. Indeed he is.
Would you mind if you and I spoke privately and became better acquainted?
I will be honest, Gorm. I do not have the mind for politics tonight.
Very well. I myself struggle with these things as well.
Indeed. I'm more than willing to speak with you, but I cannot claim to be a great mind tonight. I will not have the tact and diplomacy I normally do.
I understand. There is a great weight on many people's shoulders, and I could only imagine the burden you carry this day with the coming news.
Is something big going on, or did I just have one of those weird dreams again?
Then I will not burden you with my idle prattling of what happened in Markarth this day, and I can be a patient man and wait.
Okie dokie.
Thank you, Mr. Ironwill.
You're most welcome, Princess.
Welcome to the club.
Yes, a lot of it has happened today. Devastating news, very.
Then I must retreat and attend to other matters.
Don't be honest, I don't mind the
Farewell.
patchy clothes.
It was pleasant meeting you, but in case we shall not meet again, farewell.
Of course. The pleasure was all mine. I shall see you again if available, Baron Ironwill.
I guess if you want to leave.
Next we meet, I'll either be stripped of my titles or executed. This trial, I believe, will be one of unfairness.
Greetings, mister.
I don't have time for you.
Oh, well. So this is how homeless feels like.
I don't have time for you. We'll wait by the gates for the return of our friends.
I know I have said this many times, but ever since I've arrived here, there's not been a single boring day.
And they say Markarth never changes. Nothing ever happens there. And yet, look at this. I'm not one to walk away from accusation. I meet all of my battles head on. Though I do know the tact of wisdom when it comes to seeking another method. But if he does intend to execute me for these accusations, I think it would be the best for Skyrim. It would lead to better things. It shows the great length they are willing to go to. And I've earned my way to Sovngarde many times over, and I do not fear death. But what I do fear is the loss my friends will feel. Those who I rallied the hearts of.
Of course it is.
What is it you think I should do?
Scorches absolutely loves it.
I am
Good evening.
uncertain. But either way, While you're probably not wrong, I still believe that you can do more alive than dead.
Perhaps when I talk to my friend, and more is to be garnered from this situation, might decide my actions in the coming days.
I believe that there is a... I believe you have very easy options, but they are not the right options.
Miss Mervyn, I do not wish to hear this bard's music.
Greetings, Markarth.
Greetings. We'll wait out here for the return of our friends.
I don't know. It appears to me that you've been trying to do things the right way.
You two from
Meanwhile,
different hold?
the others are simply
Recognize guard
doing what
armor.
they
I don't recognize
can.
green though.
Yes, we're from Markarth.
Oh, I see. Long travel.
It has been. And you are?
Hurt. I'm Gaius.
I am...
Was just curious.
Yes. Besides curiosity, is there anything else you need?
No, just curiosity. It's very elaborate guard armor, I might add.
Markarth has its own unique riches and culture.
I heard about the, there's like a big thing there today we were talking about, right?
Yes, a moot.
Did it go well?
Supposedly,
Good outcome for the people?
I have been elected Jarl, but then put on trial
Wow.
promptly right afterwards.
Oh, from the Empire?
I'm not quite sure exactly if it's Empire or Froki or others who wish to see me on trial. It's not clear with the laws of the day. So much has changed in Skyrim that it's not clear who will be in charge of this trial.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single Legionnaire since I left Cyrodiil. Hard to imagine they'd impose their law so securely.
Were you able to find my friend?
My Lord Baron, we were unable to find him.
Very well. I must think on something.
Yes, my lord. And who might you be?
Gaius, I was just loitering over there and saw you guys standing here. Saw the elaborate armor. Was curious. Agreed. Didn't realize that was the new Jarl. High King, I suppose now. Something like that. I see. He mentioned going on trial, so I presume, I guess. You seen many Legionnaires around? I haven't been to Solitude recently, but I haven't seen any. What about Markarth? Oh, I see. I didn't realize.
Well, my people do that. I am of the rich folk.
I find the Nords
Do
often
not
don't
go
like
gently to
outsiders.
that, good
No
night.
I am not a Nord. Do not insult me as a shield star.
My apologies, but you know, in Skyrim, there's a lot of Nords who don't like a lot of outsiders.
Because many of the fucking outsiders have made a mess of Skyrim and decided they want to pillage everything that makes Skyrim grand and great.
Gorm, can you believe it? He called me a Nord.
Well, I apologize, but there are some common talking points you have in common with them. The not liking outsiders thing, primarily.
And you said you are from
right, too.
Cyrodiil. I imagine you are Imperial then.
Yes.
Druga's story.
Well, Imperials happen to be frowned upon greatly of late, considering that they have had their asses handed to them quite literally at the Battle of Solitude the other day.
Well, not every Imperial sides with the Legion. Some of us left Cyrodiil to get away from that, so to speak.
Well, if you want to avoid the Legion, don't go to Markarth. That's where they are right now.
I'll try to avoid it if possible. I mean, you don't seem like such a bad lot.
Complicated mess these days in that part of the Reach.
The Reach is always a complicated mess.
You know, since I'm not from here, is Falkreath considered the Reach or the Rift? I've always wondered.
Markarth is the Reach, and Riften is the Rift.
What about Falkreath, though? That's what I don't know.
Falkreath.
Falkreath, yes.
It's its own hold.
Yeah, it's
Falkreath hold.
Right, it's its own hold, but as a region, I've never heard it referred to
its own
as...
region.
That is the name of the region. That is the name of the
It's called the entire region that? Oh.
Yeah, Falkreath is the name of the region.
Meanwhile, the Reach, which is the ancestral home of my people, the Reach folk, consists of Markarth, Karthwasten, and Old Hrafdan.
I've only been through once. You know, compared to the rest of Skyrim, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, then I hope you had no encounters with my more hostile kinsmen in the Forsworn.
None yet, although I did encounter some Argonians that were probably looking for them.
Those are not my kinsmen, and great if the Argonians probably fight any Reachman, they'll string him up as one.
Well, they were looking for the Forsworn, not the Reachman, I think.
To some people, that is all the same.
Sensitive topic, I guess.
Indeed. Apologies if I seem a bit standoffish. It has been a very stressful day.
I'm used to it. I'm not so new to Skyrim, but I have learned that standoffishness is a cultural norm in this region. You get used to it.
I can tell you this, it only becomes worse the more outsiders stick their noses in places they do not belong.
Is that a hint to
Am I
leave?
mistaken?
I've never found
More mine will, aren't
Skyrim
you,
folk to be shy. If you want me to go, I'll go.
No, it's fine. Theodore, Yegvar. What did you say? I could hardly hear you.
I said, am I mistaken? I was at the moot earlier. I was told that the other Jarl, it seems like we're in a weird position. What is his name?
Froki.
Froki, yes. You two were you were battling several heinous allegations against the High King and his people. I'm surprised to see you here right now today.
Most of them are easily dismissed, for they are not true. By the sounds of it, for I was not there, sounds like Froki was spinning a web off the top of his head. It was obvious as so.
Were you not one of the people?
He said that there was over 2,000 silver missing from the ledgers.
I can tell you where that's missing. It was the previous occupants who robbed and are wanted. Not sure if they ever came to justice, but I've produced what I've produced from what I could afford to pay my miners to produce. He does not know what has been mined out of there. He has not seen my ledgers. And when he sent investigation, they're probably surprised to see so much fucking silver there.
Aye. Well, it seems like you bear the colors of Markarth. You've taken up position as the Jarl now, or... Because from what I understand by the High King's orders, is that there was to be a stay in the moots due to conflicting interests.
I am still the Baron. I have not ascended yet. There's still a trial to be had on my innocence, which I am most likely to be found guilty since my accusers will be handling the trial by the sounds of it.
If I may speak bluntly, why do you die in the colors of Markarth then?
Because I'm loyal to Markarth and her people. I'm still the
He's
Baron.
still the Baron of Carthwaste.
And I am
Aye,
still
trust
innocent
me.
as well.
Aye, I meant no disrespect. I was just curious, my lord.
Many people seem to have taken Froki's word. When behind closed doors he fumbled his accusations and he insulted Carthwasten, its villagers, as well as my people. The rich folk is a little men. I know, then you must have heard.
I did. I heard quite well, to be honest. That is why I'm surprised by this entire situation. I'm surprised blood hasn't been shed, to be honest. But it's not my place to speak of such.
The unfortunate way of things in Markarth is of spiders and snakes slithering about each other. I've always been a warrior first, a man of honor, never one for these games they play. So perhaps they have an easy go of me with their behaviors. But I have always been direct and honest and true in my intentions, and my actions show this as well.
If I may, Gorm ironwill, you're now entering a game of no longer sword and shield. You'll now be able to get to the places you want by swinging a claw of your hammer and cracking skulls. This is a game of pen and paper. People will use you and connive against you, as you witnessed today. I pray that your head does not roll. You're a good man and a strong man, but just recognize you have many battles to be fought ahead and will not be won by sword or shield.
If they are so brazen to execute me, they would only make me a martyr.
A martyr to who?
To many of the Nords in Skyrim. Have you not seen the world? 8 out of 9 holes are in unity. And devils and spiders speak and defame me. They are of mostly Dunmer.
Hey, go on.
My lord, if I may impart, this is the reality. A martyr, yes. But is it worth your head to be a martyr for a situation and a cause that can dissipate by tomorrow's end?
I have earned my way to Sovngarde 5 times over now. I do not fear death if it comes for me.
Aye.
Not sure if I
a brave man. Good heart on you. Have you spoken to the people of Riften, the Jarl of Riften, and
I have never met the Jarl of Riften. I'd have to.
Aye. His name is Marcus Valerius. Perhaps you should bend your ear. Him and the Jarl of Whiterun. Bend his ear, my apologies. Him and the Jarl of Whiterun saying the same mindset that you do, my friend. Perhaps you could find common cause and find friends in high places that you never had before. You understand what I'm saying, my friend?
I understand. And I'm aware of these kind of things. I might be more of a sword and shield and an old battle axe, but there is some politicking I would be willing to do that involves conversating and good heart. But when it comes to secrets, whispers, and lies, I don't play well in that arena. And I know this is to be my weakness, but it could be my strength as well.
Aye.
But I must attend to things.
Aye.
My company,
Safe,
would you
my
join
friend.
me on the road?
Hey. Well, farewell.
Whoa.
We'll go to the hillside. Speak there where it's quiet.
Huh. Everything's quiet.
Ah, we went to Windhelm searching for you.
Apologies. Much has to be done in the window.
Where's Torin going?
Where are we going?
Where I lead us to. That's where we're going. Here's fine. So, my friend, first I must apologize to you. I am tired and having a slip of a tongue while we were talking in front of my investigators. Fortunately enough, Arn cares for me greatly, despite his positioning and things.
He might care about you, but he was one of the ones who accused you.
No. I see. I'll tell you this.
I told you that yesterday, Gorm. I told you he was telling me that production was low.
Yes, production is low, but being accused of theft is an entirely different thing.
Behind us.
Yeah.
Hold.
And as I was saying,
I believe there was another one that went up that way. Or I may have been seeing things.
Let's find somewhere else to talk. It's busier here than I thought it would be. There's a nice pyre up this way. I've never been a man to run from my problems, run from my accusers. And as things are now, even if my head is lopped off, that'd only make me a martyr and something to rally behind. Which I think would put them at great disadvantage.
Oh, it looks like we lost. Oh, no, there's one. Missing one more.
Like I told you, every single guard believed what Froki had to say.
And must know what's in the mind of the High King. He says he wants to work with the Empire, but then attacks the Empire, and then wants to work with them again. Is this a ploy in his strategy through politicking to gain ground?
I say it with respect for the High King and his position. He seems like a child who doesn't know what he wants to do and changes from one moment to another. As much as that pains me to say, he has come to Windhelm and told us to slay every elf we see, and then in the next hand tell us to show restraint and that we should, seek a peace treaty or a ceasefire with them. And he says he wants to uphold Imperial law and that during the Siege of Solitude we should slay no Imperials that do not fight against us, but then gave me direct orders to slay one that had surrendered. I feel as if he is not a wise king, as much as that pains me to say.
I am under the same agreement. I see his actions as confusing, or he is merely garnering as much ground as possible through the ease of battle, and then relenting to recuperate men, and then striking his enemies once again. I believe he might strike Markarth in the coming days, since he is so close to uniting Skyrim under one banner again. At least this is what I would hope.
It doesn't seem likely, to be honest. All that we know in Windhelm, as well as the situation in other holds, seems like the most likely thing that will happen is that the High King will have to either step down from his position or will be executed by the Imperials and by the Empire. The Princess Regent will either lose her position or be executed. Replacements will be put in place. Markarth will likely go to Froki. Solitude will remain steadfast and will most likely try to remove the Jarl of Falkreath as well as the Jarl of Windhelm. Riften might be safe due to the fact that he was elected after the battle took place, but most likely they will come for us all.
This is what
Obviously,
I would do if I was in charge of things. If it's as dire as it seems, we must know what holds our in agreement on what. Do we want to try to make friends with the Empire or not?
If we do, none of us will survive. We've all praised Talos in his name with the backing of the High King.
Yes, and
Even if we do, all of the spies that have been in hiding have most likely reported on everyone who had supported or seemed happy about this information. If the Empire walks back in, the Aldmeri Dominion walks back in. We're back at square one, except now the High King will be one appointed by the Empire. The Princess Regent of Whiterun will be someone appointed by the Empire. Most likely the Jarl of Markarth will be someone appointed by the Empire. And most likely the Jarl of Windhelm and the Stormcloaks will be driven out of the city. I think the only real option we have is and I hate to ask this of you, Gorm, do you trust all the men who are in earshot of this?
Yes, these men I trust. Each and every one of these ones.
Right now, tomorrow, there will be a meeting, a triumvirate, of the Jarl of Falkreath, the Jarl of Riften, and the Stewards of Windhelm, to form a pact against all that oppose us. So our best bet, if that pact does get signed, we will hold all of Helgen and all of Falkreath, which is most likely the location that the Empire will come from. So we'll have the Fort Helgen to defend against any incursion. We will have the Reach, Riften, which will hopefully be able to supply us with enough food and materials to keep us afloat, as there's no real passage into the Rift, into the Reach, from Cyrodiil itself, and is relatively safe with Falkreath as a cushion as well as Windhelm. And Windhelm will hold the coast as best we can. The college will remain neutral no matter what. They don't care about the politics.
I understand
most
what you're
likely.
saying. Then I have something to offer. Something of importance. If this High King is useless, which, as you said, it seems to be the case, you make this triumphant, you take Markarth and the Mint, put me in place as Jarl, and you will have your gold septums to wage war and the eyes and the hearts needed to unite Skyrim properly, until a High King of worthiness could be found, not some appointed by a fucking Imperial demon.
I agree, Gorm. It's not as easy as that would be. Most likely, if this were to happen, one of two things will transpire. The Whiterun Guard will adhere to the Imperials, and if that is the case, then we'll have to deal with Whiterun first, as they block access to Markarth, safe access to Markarth, as well as to Solitude and Morthal. If that transpires, it'll be a problem. The other option is if the Imperials execute the Jarl and the Princess, or strip them of their power, there is a high likelihood that the guards of Whiterun will most likely rise up, either loudly or silently, in our defense. If that's the case, then we will create a unified army, and our first target will be Markarth. As marching on Solitude, we will most likely have to fight the bulk of the Legion, as well as the Thalmor, as well as the Jarl and his guardsmen. So Markarth will be our next target. I say this is worst case scenario. If, and I mean if, you do stay in Markarth to stand trial and they do not put you into a cage unlawfully, and then I would say just lay low as long as you can and keep Karthwasten a bastion. You should not go into Markarth if you can help it. Obviously, this is if all-out war happened, and essentially build as much of a stronghold as you can there. And when the attack on Markarth comes, we will have our northern flank secured. The other option is, many citizens inside Markarth seem to disapprove of you and approve of Froki.
It's because they've been set that way. There's no changing this. What needs to leave is the embassy there. Those fucking Dunmer have taken control of the city. Their end goal is to control it under the Dunmer. So it will be a Morrowind nation.
I agree. The problem is, until we take over the city, we will have no sway and no power to do so, Gorm. We will have nothing and no power to do so.
My resources are gone. My options, I see as were, is if I live on, I leave Karthwasten behind with all of my people. I join in your armies where I can, and when we take Markarth by force, I'll be set upon as Jarl, so I can now start organizing things as I should have done a long time ago, and unite Markarth with the rest of the holds in your alliance.
May I offer another way into the Reach that does not involve Whiterun?
Aye. Through Falkreath.
Indeed, we have Fort Sunguard.
I will offer you this. The Ironhand Association has a noble of Riften under our purview, a former smith of mine. He currently owns Fort Greenwall in the Rift. If you were to abandon Karthwasten, you could join under him inside of this fortress, lay low, build your strength and your base. There's a forge there, as well as you would have access to many of the resources the Iron Hand has. You'll be closer to allies. And if, I say if, I hope that things turn out well for us, though it doesn't look like it. If we go to war, you will not be so far away from us, and you'll be closer to allies. We'll be able to support you and you us. But as it is now, if you stay in Karthwasten, you will essentially be almost the entirety of Skyrim away from your nearest ally, which will be quite difficult.
Apologies for the interruption, but if I manage to rally enough of my kinsmen, there is a chance that we can hold out with the aid of the mountains in case of any unfortunate events.
Here's what I'll
disagree,
do.
Friend.
I will wait for what happens to the High King and his trial. I will delay my trial as long as I can. If the
you want to expedite your trial, because if you can be found innocent of all charges, the previous moot will hold. You will then be named Jarl of Markarth.
Indeed.
So the longer we wait, if we wait for the High King to be tried, and someone else gets appointed, and a new High King is set, a new moot will have to be held. If a moot is held before he gets convicted, the old moot stands, you will be Jarl. If Froki and the guard try to persist, all of the other holds will have a valid reason to go and march into Markarth and place you on your rightful throne. So we need your trial to happen before the High Kings.
Very well.
Obviously that's easier said than done, but if your trial goes through, and you are innocent as you say, and they have no valid proof as far as I can see that anything that you have done is wrong, then by that meaning, you will then be the rightful, legitimate ruler of Markarth. You were voted on it by the moot, by a 4-to-2 ratio. You won the moot 4-2.
Well, I have some information that will condemn me. Halgar's men, one of them has betrayed him. We had meetings a long while ago, and they will get me on treason for aiding the rebellion. This is what Arn told me in a whisper before he had left Karthwasten.
Aye, that's true, but that rebellion was also led by the High King of Skyrim.
Yes.
By that definition, every citizen of Whiterun, Windhelm, Riften, and Falkreath are also guilty of treason. Are they going to execute all of us, Gorm?
They can not execute all of us, but they certainly can execute me.
What's the name of the informant out in that group?
Fuck, I don't remember what he said. Exactly. He just said it was one of Halgar's men.
I'll need to report this to Halgar. Is that person still with Halgar's men?
I'm not entirely sure. I know Arn is torn. I know he wants me not to die, but he does not want me to also aid the rebellion. This is clear, especially after my words.
I will say this, friend, and I need to know this truthfully. Did you give any silver to Halgar or his men?
I did not.
Okay. If there is no proof of this, then there is nothing they have on you.
I can tell
you have over 1,000 silver. Aye. His whole claim is that you have not been doing your duty as the Baron and that there has not been enough silver. If you have the silver, then his whole case is essentially moot. His argument that your son was a necromancer is null because you gave him the honor of a death. You didn't make anyone else do it. You killed him with your own hands, as you should have. He has no standing there. He has no standing on you not producing enough silver. The only thing he could possibly get you on is giving silver to someone else. And if you claim that you or none of your men have done so, then they have no grounds to stand on except for this man's word, who they claim is a rebel and also assisted in the killing of an Imperial legionary, which means that his word, at best, can be taken tenuously. It's the word of a criminal, according to them.
Well,
I've also had a little talk with the Argonian that is up. Sorry.
What I would like to happen is when I stand trial, I want a force ready to get me the fuck out of there and then decide they are going to execute me.
Aye, but by doing so, we must be very careful. Like I said, Gorm, you need to solidify your power base, and when your trial happens, you need to have as many men as you can. I will bring as many men as I can to break you out. They will not be in uniform. You will be a wanted man if they convict you. But those are your options right now. Either A, you can face trial, and if you successfully beat the charges, you are, by Skyrim law, the moot was held, you were voted in. And then by the High King's orders, the current High King, Froki will be executed, as well as any who supported his claims and made this lie will all be executed. So, you can go that route. If you think that you will not get a fair trial and that you will be convicted and executed, I would suggest you gather your forces, gather everything you can out of Karthwasten, and you head to our fortress in Fort Greenwall. And that way you can stand trial there, you can have an intermediary do your trial for you. If they successfully convict you, congratulations, they can come and take you. And if they don't convict you, you march back over and you claim your rightful seat as Jarl inside of Markarth.
Yes,
most likely Froki will protest.
That is the option that I would like to take. We should not have the trial in Markarth. It should be held somewhere where it can be had fairly, and on the grounds that my accusers are the ones who will be holding the trial, makes it all the better that it should be held elsewhere.
Aye. The problem with that is no one will know whether or not it'll happen before or after the High King's trial. No one will know what the situation will end up being. The best we can do is you need to solidify as much power as you can in Karthwasten. As many men as you can, as many weapons as you can. You need to solidify it. You need to make sure you are watertight, that they have nothing else on you. Don't give them an in. You don't call a Dunmer a slur. Nothing, Gorm. If anything they will try and throw at you, you can't give them an in. And if you win in that trial, the fate of Skyrim can be turned.
I understand
Because with Windhelm, the Rift, Falkreath, and Markarth, we will probably have to take a few days to quell any rebellions and deal with Markarth as a whole. But once we do, even if Whiterun turns, we'll have a much easier time. They'll be surrounded on all sides, having to garrison all of their castles. All their guards will have to be on alert, and we can siege the city from 4 angles. Solitude is too weak right now after the recent butchering they took to be able to stand against us. I already have men who have access to the city inside of Solitude, as well as Whiterun. It's going to be a hard fight, either way. But I leave those choices up to you, Gorm. Neither one is foolproof. If you leave the Barony of Karthwasten, it'll be seen as you're trying to hide from the events that are transpiring. But by doing so, you pose yourself great risk to Froki just scooping you up and throwing you in a cell. If you... Either way, there is no right answer here.
Yes, and I'll do as... Well, I lose my words, I'm fucking tired. I will do as I have always done. Follow the path before me, and make the best decisions that present themselves in the moment.
Like I said, I would try, and any guardsman who you think you can convince and prove your innocence to, I would try to do so. But be aware that they could turn on you. Don't hold them too close.
I do not trust any of the other guards besides Torin and Voldir Frostbane. The rest are new guards I've never met. Most of the guards I trusted have moved on to join the rebellion, or others. Everyone in Karthwasten is part of my militia, and the one odd end I did not trust, I have heard, has left the village. Odysseus.
Indeed. Then may I make a suggestion?
Yes.
I know of some of my kinsmen that have left the Reach to go to other holds. If I can, or we can put out a call for Reach folk that they are welcome to settle around Karthwasten, I can rally my people, at least those willing enough to fight on your side. It will bring its own set of variables with it, but it will be a force that will fight for the Reach or die for it.
We risk
Gorm, I have an option. Gorm, I have an option and you're not gonna like it.
Yes.
By right, you are Jarl of Markarth. If you promise the Reachmen amnesty, as well as a barony, one of their choosing, and give them rights to that land to do with on that land as they see fit,
never!
I'm sure you could get...
This would
Gorm.
cause the...
Gorm.
They are Forsworn, they are to be slain like fucking dogs.
Did you just call my people Forsworn again?
There's a difference between Reachmen and Forsworn. I must know a difference between...
Reachmen and not Forsworn.
Gorm, I will say this. If they then pose a problem afterwards, if they go back to their way of raiding, pillaging, and performing dark necromancy, I would understand if you had to deal with them in a different manner. But you need allies, Gorm. You can't be picky about the allies you have. The enemy of your enemy is your friend, and the Reachmen have hated the Empire since its founding and since it's taken over Skyrim.
Let me make
for
myself
almost 3
clear.
years.
I have been talked over most of this conversation here. I know the difference between a good Reachman and a fucking Forsworn. I want to make sure we're being clear here. We're not offering any Forsworn amnesty. The Reachmen I see as perfectly fine good folks of the Reach. If they want a barony, I could make this happen. But we must be clear and precise that if there is any worshipping of their dark gods, or... you know what I mean, nonetheless.
My lord, let me put it to you this way. Many of my people have a shared pantheon. They worship both the Aedra and the Daedra. I know this is difficult for a lot of people that did not grow up in the way of things like I and many other Reachmen did, but your friend speaks true. These people will die for that land, and if you give them the chance to fight for it righteously, then they will take it. Allow me or somebody else you trust to at least be the bridge.
You will be that bridge, on one condition. If they are to worship in the way the Forsworn have, that will be outlawed. They will not be allowed. If they want to figure out their old ways, this could be agreeable. And I would be willing to even make you Baron after my ascension to Jarldom. But and the way the Forest One had behaved, and the way they worship through sacrifice, this will be strictly forbidden.
Then no human sacrifice, but there is one thing. The ritual of the Briar Heart. It is sacred to us. We can do it without the involvement of those things that you know as the Hag Ravens. If you grant us that right in a sense, you will have warriors that the Empire has not faced for 1,000 years. You will have the strength of Faulan with you, that has fought the Hag of the White Tower, who has slain thousands of Imperials.
I know it's not something you prefer, Gorm. I know if it was up to you, you'd have an army of Nords at your back. But in times like these, you must take the allies you can get. And as far as I can tell, any ally is better than no ally. Other than them sitting on the sidelines, watching and waiting, it is better to bring them into the fold than leave them outside, where you have at least some semblance of control over them doing, I don't know what Reachmen do, to be honest. Eating people. I don't know.
We don't eat people. These days we're not so different from you.
Aye.
This is a hard place to be. If we make an enemy of the Vigils of Stendarr and their numbers, it won't matter how many enemies we have. They are relentless. But nonetheless,
Gorm,
I do see the value of what you are saying. The Briar Hearts would have to be done in secret, but not be known publicly. And strictly, I will forbid human sacrifice and cannibalism.
That I can agree with. I do not agree with these practices either. Thy more savage kinsmen may have practiced it with the Forsworn, but know this. What you know as the Forsworn was a fringe group of extremists that only took upon these old ways because of the actions of Ulfric Stormcloak. That is the only reason that they turned to such things.
We will need united men. When the time comes, when the Dominion arrives, and they shout, "Death to Mar, death to mankind!" There's wisdom in what you say, Lovar. And there's wisdom in what you say as well, Carson. But we do tread a fine line. I have much to consider. I will travel this path the best I can. I will garner support where I can. I do have a standing militia within my village. We will need more allies. Lovar, meet with the Second Sons. Tell them of what we, not everything, but what we plan. They want to see a empireless Skyrim. That is what I've known. They were willing to stand guard, and in case the Empire and Thalmor striked against Markarth after the Siege of Solitude. They were ready to put their lives down for me. I don't need to speak of their leader again. They, I am sure we can garner as allies and have them staying in Karthwasten Reach and protect Karthwasten in the time being.
Well, I have nothing else to say, Gorm. I agree, and I would just say, you know what is best for you, my friend. We will do our best to assist you, but if what I fear comes to pass, we won't be able to provide much support for quite some time.
Yes. This has always been a difficult game we've been a part of. And it does not help that all this has been thrusted upon me so suddenly, without time to think or consider. And on top of it, I am very tired, and my perception is weak right now. Perhaps sleeping on it will be better. I will have my friends here to counsel me on this, and you, of course. But for now, I will act the part as Baron still. I will garner more support. I must find rest. I will sleep here at this pyre, and I will meditate on things. I bid you, Karth's son, Frostbane, Torin, seek out the Second Sons on Whiterun. They were there when we left. Counsel them. See where their hearts lie. Do not reveal too much until you are sure what they would like to do. If they are to aid me and your Reachmen, then we will have a fighting force here on the side of the east. Solitude has been weakened. The forces of the Thalmor are disrupted, and the power that the Empire holds over the east is weakened. But we must rely on... I am tired. The east is the other side. The west. The west has been weakened. Lovar, hopefully we'll find allies in Whiterun in this time, and we can be unified if we must take Markarth by force. Hopefully, my power given to me by right will take hold. But my mind is weak. I am tired, and I must rest.
I have much to do back in Windhelm, friend.
Lova, do you know anybody who can put up notes in the holds for me?
You can.
I have one last thing to
fair.
request before I forget. I ask for 500 silver gold. I lose my fucking voice! Pardon me. I request 500 silver ingots to help in my position in this trial.
I'll see what I can do, but I have no promises. It's very turbulent times at the moment. I will see if I can get the shipment sent to you, but the best we might be able to do is the ore itself.
Ore is even better. It looks like I've been mining it then. And I have been mining it. Oh.
Right, rest, Gorm.
I think
You're
it
going
is
to
time
need
we
your
return
help.
home.
Aye.
I must rest as well, but I do not think here is the best spot considering.
So join us on the road
Yeah,
until
you
we
don't
find a
want to be
better
there.
spot.
Giants roam these lands.
Let's make haste back to Carthwation. We'll keep things running. I sound indecisive, but I know mostly what I would like to do. So many options have been presented to me. I like to keep options available. The thing I am struggling with this night is that there's too much for me to think upon, and I need time to rest and consider.
Torin, Valdir, I hope that you find the wisdoms in my words.
I'm for getting more Reachmen, but I'm not, I don't know.
Ulrich.
I don't trust necromancy.
It is not necromancy.
The way I see it is that I trust Ulrich. And if
Ulrich.
he can keep them in check, then...
I will need you to educate me in the way of your people. I cannot tell the difference between forsworn savages and their ways and the common Reachmen.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Hey, Gresha.
Greetings.
I hope you all are well.
As well as we can be, but I must make haste back to my barony.
I'll see you in Markarth, maybe. Stay safe.
I need to be educated on the difference between the common Reachman and the extreme savages.
Well, the extreme savages is what you've seen the Forsworn become after Ulfric, let's say, took Markarth. Many of the resistance fighters were basically shattered until the King of Rags united them. He was the one who instituted a lot of the return to the very ancient ways. We are talking worshipping the Daedra over the Aedra, as well as instituting more traditional warriors' clothing. All the things that you might have already encountered and seen was most of Madanok's decision.
I've spent 2 generations fighting Forsworn. As you can tell, I have a biased nature towards Reachmen. So it would be important to know the difference.
You've made me your right-hand man. I believe that your bias is not as extreme as you yourself believe. Now, here's the important distinction. There are 3 different types of Reachmen, as I would classify them for your understanding. Civilized, mixed and savage. Savages are, well, truly savages. Cannibals, murderers, blood sports, people that have fallen so deep into the worship of things like Moloch Baal that they even fall upon their own kin. These are, much like your typical data worshippers, nothing better than animals. At least I consider them to be that way.
Unfortunately, after all the information I learned, what I wanted to do was speak with the High King to know his mind, so that I might be able to act on my own. If I knew what the High King wanted, I could then urge the things I would like. But I have to be careful, because if I break the law of the High King and earn the ire of Whiterun, all our plans go to shit. But the options presented by Lofar and yourself are probably our best course of action.
Indeed. Now, the other option is, well, the other type is the mixed version. Those that grew up perhaps outside of the holds with their clans that were not fully aligned with the Forsworn, but ones that did not have too much love left over for the Jarl and the Nordmen. I come from such a family. My mother was both an Aedra and a Daedra worshipper. My father, funnily enough, was a Northman, a worshipper of Talos. Love can unite things in strange ways. At least, until the Aldmer came and took him away. Now, it is important that you understand the last one. The civilized Reachmen, in quotation marks I take it. These are people of the holds, just like you, just like Waldir, and just like Torrent. There is not much distinction between them except what runs through their veins. And that would finish the quickest explanation. But
what we need
the last
is to garner as many allies in Karth Basin and have militia, yes.
Indeed. But my lord, there's one last thing that I must warn you about with my kinsmen.
Yes.
I am very accepting of any people as long as they prove to me that they are accepting of myself. Some of my kinsmen, they still have bad blood with Northmen, or not the best of opinion. To put it in a different way, it will have to be a balancing act between your different ethnicities.
We'll do what we can to garner as many forces. And once we have an understanding for each other, we'll set boundaries and agreements. And once these agreements are made, things will be all the easier to plan from there. But I will have this on your shoulders. You will seek them out, bring them to me, and we will speak. The rest of you, seek the second sons and bring them to me next chance I have to speak clearly of mind. Strange armor.
Hail, travelers.
We are in a hurry. What do you need?
Oh, nothing. I come from... what is this keep? Just ahead of us. I was just there. Runs like the wind introduced me to the people of the town. Karth Wasten, is it, I think?
Yes. So,
Yes. It is quite quiet. Quiet indeed. I like it. He was to introduce me to a couple of people there, but no one was around. You dress of Markarth, friends. Are you from there?
I am of Markarth. I am the Baron de Karthwasten.
Indeed. I've heard tales of you from Runs Like the Wind. He said you are Baron there, and it is a safe place, for I am on travels, and there are creatures of the night about, vampires, bandits of that nature, and I'm looking for a safe place to call home.
Safe enough, but right now I have plenty on my plate, stranger. I tell you what, if you need a place to rest, you can pay the 10 gold septims at the tavern there, and perhaps we speak another night. I must make haste back to Carthwayston. I have much to handle.
Indeed. Pleasure meeting all of you, and safe travels.
May the light guide your path. Who's that guy?
I've never seen someone like that before.
Mask.
You think perhaps that is the one that was a cultist? I believe Stone in one, or perhaps it is a separate person.
That mask is not of any of the old gods, new gods, or of my people.
Looked like he was wearing a starfish from the ghost seas on his face. Let's make haste.
Ulrich, do you think you can handle it? Being Baron and your people.
I can handle my people just fine, as long as nothing happens.
Sorry, chat. I am incredibly exhausted. The exhaustion of the day is hitting me really, really hard, and I'm starting to kind of get a little manic. And I think I need to get some rest here soon.
Especially by someone they consider an outsider. You might have seen my reaction to.
I feel like my RP hasn't been the best tonight. I really wanted to get on and get into this, but I can hardly focus. I hope you guys thought it was good. I hope you thought the RP was good. I love this character. This is a great character. This is one of my more interesting characters. But this is a voice I have not mastered. And I feel like sometimes I'm stuttering too much. I feel like sometimes I'm slurring my words too much. Sometimes my thoughts don't come to my head. And it doesn't help that I'm like role-playing when I'm really tired as well. And I feel like I'm not putting on a good show. I feel like I'm looking very amateurish in front of people in roleplay. And I feel like I'm saying the wrong words than what I mean.
Frankly, do not very much.
Life before yes, Trace. I understand that, but I'm also trying to like. Here's where I'm at right now. I'm like on this precipice where I'm so close to doing YouTube full time that soon I can transfer from like working 40 hours a week in a lumberyard to streaming the whole time, so I can like adjust my schedule to be like a work week, to sleep when I need to spend time with my family when I need to do what I need to when I need to, and it's so stressful. But it's like that I'm at that precipice of the grind where I have to keep up the grind just a little longer, and then once the hard work is done, I can rest. You know. Oh my god. And I love role-playing, and I love playing this character, and I feel like I'm mastering this character, but I'm not quite there yet. Also, we got a game of like Daggerheart to get to, and everyone's probably here now. I'm so incredibly tired.
Oh wait, Gorm. Hi.
Greetings.
Hi. Alaric, hi.
I'll be going to sleep. I'm tired.
Good night, Gorm.
Good night.
But I know it's time to stop right now because I am getting I know my limits, right? And I'm getting manic. And that's when I need to quit. And like it doesn't help that like I'm extremely physically exhausted from work today. It was hot, then extremely cold and hot, and then walking around and not being able to be in a forklift as much as I'd like to, because like what helps me get through the day faster, or not faster, but like without spending as much energy, is if I'm able to work in the forklift more. And it was one of those days I didn't really get to work in the forklift as much as I could have, so I was on my feet a lot more in a lumberyard on like hard asphalt. So I walked around a lot, and I felt like I was like going to pass out from walking at a certain point. And I moved a lot of bags of concrete, and I moved a lot of lumber. I exhausted myself today. But now it's like I'm having a hard time focusing, role-playing, and I'm getting manic, so I need to take a break. And I really appreciate you guys for watching and being a part of this, but I also want to make sure that I'm giving myself the time of day to rest and making sure that I'm giving the best show I can give to you guys with my roleplay. So it was a lot of fun. There's a lot that happened today, and hopefully tomorrow I'm more on my game. I probably won't roleplay tomorrow. I think I'm going to save it for Thursday. Tomorrow is my Friday of the week, And by the end of my work week, Wednesday is the hardest day. It is the busiest day. And I'm probably going to wake up very sore and very tired and exhausted. So I think it's been 30 days in a row of me role-playing, and I think I should do that tomorrow. I really appreciate you guys watching again. So I'm going to get some rest. Bye-bye. Peace out. I appreciate all you guys. One more last thing. I also realized I'm also like been in a calorie deficit. I'm spending so many calories working this new job that I don't think I'm taking enough calories in as well. And I'm feeling it in my body. But I'm getting fit from this job, which is really nice. All right, guys. Bye-bye. Till next time.